Assalamualaikum, we are from Group 7 and today we are going to present our analyzed data from both academic writings and spoken English.
Hi everyone, my name is Amalia Syahda binti Abdul Aziz and I'm interviewer 1.
And hi everyone, my name is Siti Arfida binti Azman and I am interviewer 2.
My name is Nafar Shashwada binti Ahmad Faizal and I'm speaker 1.
And I'm Siti Moani binti Azman and I'm speaker 2.
And lastly, I'm Uwais bin Firdaus, speaker 3. Now, let's move on to the interview session.
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Amalia Syahda binti Abdul Aziz and today I'm with
Nafar Shashwada binti Ahmad Faizal.
So today, we are going to discuss how grammatical features such as tense, aspect, voice, and also subject-verb agreement are used in an academic paragraph. Can you start by giving an overview of what you found based on source A, which is the academic journal has it a future?
Alright, thank you. Yes, overall the paragraph mainly uses the present simple tense, which is very common in academic writing. This tense is used to express general truth, definition, and establish ideas rather than events that happen at a specific time. The paragraph also shows consistent of use correct subject-verb agreement and a balanced use of active and passive voice.
So let's talk about tense and aspect first. What can we observe from the paragraph?
The dominant tense throughout the paragraph is the present simple, and all the sentences use the simple aspect. There are no continuous or perfect aspect used. This is appropriate because the writer is explaining concepts such as academic writing, literacy practices, and power relations, which are seen as stable and generally true. In addition, the paragraph includes a modal verb, may in one sentence. This modal is used to express possibility and academic caution, which is another common feature in scholarly writing.
Thank you. How about voice? Is there a particular pattern?
Yes, the paragraph uses both active and passive voice, which is depending on the purpose of the sentence. Active voice is used when the writer wants to clearly show who is performing the action, for example when referring to Clark and Ivanek, or when stating the writer have the option to confirm or not confirm the practice. On the other hand, passive voice is used in sentences like practices are largely determined to emphasize the process and the concept itself rather than focusing on who is doing the action. This mix helps maintain an objective and formal academic tone.
What about subject-verb agreement? Is it used consistently?
Yes, subject-verb agreement is used correctly throughout the paragraph. Singular subjects such as a useful way and power are followed by the singular verbs like is, while plural subjects such as rules, practices, and writers take plural verbs like need, are, and have. In one sentence, the subject we use is with modal verb, may, refer, followed by a base verb. This is grammatically correct because modal verbs do not change according to the subject.
Why do you think these grammatical choices are important in academic writing?
Alright, these choices are important because they help create clarity, formality, and credibility. The present simple tense makes the ideas sound authoritative and widely accepted. The use of passive voice allows the writer to focus on ideas rather than individuals, which supports objectivity. Meanwhile, correct subject-verb agreement ensures grammatical accuracy, which is essential for academic acceptance. Together, these features reflect the conventions or literacy practices expected in academic discourse.
Thank you. Any final thoughts?
Yes, I think I have. In conclusion, the paragraph follows key grammatical conventions of academic writing by using the present simple tense, simple aspect, and a balanced use of active and passive voice, and accurate subject-verb agreement. These features show how language choices are influenced by academic norms and power structures within scholarly communities.
Thank you, Ms. Shuhada.
Next, we are with.
Siti Moini binti Azmain.
So today we will discuss an analysis of spoken English grammar based on source B, which is a BBC News video titled "Can the World Rely on Renewable Energy?" To begin, can you briefly explain the focus of this analysis?
Yes, this analysis focuses on four main grammatical elements found in spoken English. These elements are tense, aspect, voice, and subject-verb agreement. We selected 7 sentences from the video and analyzed how these grammatical features are used in a real news reporting context.
Let's start with tense usage. What did your findings show?
Our findings show that present tense dominates the dataset. Most of the sentences use simple present, present continuous, or present perfect forms. This suggests that speaker is mainly discussing current situations, ongoing developments, and recent changes related to renewable energy. Only one sentence uses the past tense, which provides background information rather than the main focus of the discussion.
How about aspect usage? What patterns did you observe?
In terms of aspect, we observe a strong preference for continuous and perfect aspects. The continuous aspect highlights actions that are still ongoing, such as environmental challenges. Meanwhile, the perfect aspect is used to describe actions that have already happened but are still relevant today. This combination helps the speaker show progress while stressing that these issues are still important.
Now let's move on to voice. Which voice is more frequently used?
Active voice is used more frequently in the analyzed sentences. 6 out of 7 sentences are constructed using the active voice. This helps clearly identify who is responsible for the actions, such as governments or industries. Only one sentence uses the passive voice, which is mainly used to emphasize the action or outcome rather than the agent. This is common in news reporting.
Were there any issues related to subject-verb agreement?
No, there are no issues. All 7 sentences show correct subject-verb agreement. The verbs consistently match their subjects in both number and person. This reflects the high level of grammatical accuracy found in professional news broadcasts like BBC News. Significance.
Why are these findings significant?
These findings are significant because they show how grammar is used effectively in spoken news discourse. The use of present tense and continuous aspects keeps the information relevant and engaging. At the same time, correct agreement and appropriate voice usage ensure clarity and accuracy.
Finally, what can students learn from this analysis?
Students can learn how grammar is naturally used in real spoken English. By analyzing authentic materials such as news videos, students can improve their understanding of tense, aspect, voice, and agreement. These can help them become more confident speakers and better listeners in academic and real-world contexts.
Thank you for your explanation.
Thank you.
Lastly, we are moving to the comparison part between academic writing and spoken English. So, could you explain how verbs are used differently in academic articles and news reports?
Most definitely. In academic articles, verbs are mostly in the present tense and use the simple aspect to present general claims and findings clearly. In news reports, verbs use varied tenses and aspects like present continuous or past to describe events as they happen or have happened.
What about subject and verb agreement? Are there any differences?
Yes, there are. Both text types show correct subject-verb agreement, so clarity and grammatical accuracy are both important in academic and news writing.
How is voice used in this text?
So, active voice dominates in both. In academic article, they sometimes uses passive voice to highlight results, while in news reports, they mostly use active voice to keep the delivery engaging, while using passive voice only occasionally.
So, what's the main differences between the two types?
The main difference is in the tense and aspect variety. Academic writing is consistent and formal, while news reports are more dynamic to reflect real-time events.
I think that's all for now.
So that's all from us.
Thank you.